1901, a psychiatrist named Dr. Alois Alzheimer discovered the disease that today we know as Alzheimer's disease. This discovery led to a changed trajectory in how we prescribe medicine today. It also led to a change in family function. So today I will be telling you a bit about Alzheimer's disease. It's important that you listen to this today because it impacts nearly 7 million people in the United States. After doing some research, I feel it's important to share with you what I've learned. I've researched sites such as Mayo Clinic, Alzheimer's Association, and the National Institute of Aging, as well as Alzheimer's research. So today I will be telling you about Alzheimer's disease, how it impacts families, and lastly, the different ways to treat and prevent it. So firstly, the most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's disease. According to Mayo Clinic of November 8th, 2024, Alzheimer's disease negatively affects concentration and grasping abstract concepts like numbers. So one example of this would be tipping at a restaurant. People with Alzheimer's disease would get confused when it comes to percentages and numbers. Another example of a negative impact on people with Alzheimer's disease would be a decrease in their thinking and reasoning. So one example of this would be difficulty with multitasking. So people with Alzheimer's disease would have a hard time being on the phone while also doing the dishes. According to Alzheimer's disease research of January 2025, 75% of Alzheimer's disease cases go undiagnosed. A majority of people with Alzheimer's disease are ages 75 and older. So now that you know about Alzheimer's disease, let's review how it impacts families. Alzheimer's disease has led to numerous family issues. According to the Alzheimer's Association of June 2025, 41% of caregivers of individuals living with Alzheimer's disease have a household income of $50,000 or less. This potentially creates a financial burden on families in the United States. The reason that caregivers are so important is because they take on many roles and they perform many tasks just to help people with Alzheimer's disease. Some of these tasks that they may do include providing transportation, maybe scheduling doctor's appointments, or managing finances. They may also help them get ready for the day or help them use the bathroom. So now that we know about Alzheimer's disease and how it impacts families and communities, let's turn our attention to treatments and preventions. There are many different ways to treat and prevent Alzheimer's disease. While there is no true cure to Alzheimer's disease, there are prescription drugs that can help to manage the symptoms. Some of the prescription drugs include galantamine, benzogalantamine, ribostigmine, and lastly, donepezil. These all help to reduce and control some symptoms according to the National Institutes of Aging of 2024. Some of these symptoms, as I've mentioned, include memory loss. Memory loss is what dementia is most well known for, specifically Alzheimer's disease. The second symptom is confusion about time and place. So when people with Alzheimer's disease are put in a certain location, they become confused where they are. Next, they may have trouble with speaking and writing. They may also have a difficult time making decisions. They may experience personality or mood changes. And in some cases of Alzheimer's disease that has further progressed, they may experience physical disabilities. As I mentioned before, they may need assistance in their daily tasks. Now that you know about the different ways to treat Alzheimer's disease, I'm going to tell you about the different ways to prevent it. So the first way to prevent Alzheimer's disease is improving diet. Different ways to improve diet include eating meals that include less sugar or less fat, and instead replacing that with meals that have higher protein. This next way to prevent Alzheimer's disease is including more physical activity in your routine. This may include going on walks after meals, or just adding more exercise into their schedules. Lastly, cognitive training. Some examples of this may include just challenging the mind with maybe puzzles or games or questions. However, all of these are the individual's responsibility. So today I have discussed a disease that is responsible for a significant decline in cognitive functioning in American society. I've discussed Alzheimer's disease, how it impacts families, and the different prescribed treatments and prevention. The issue of Alzheimer's disease has become a significant issue impacting not only the individual's health, but the households and communities in American society. Thank you for listening today, and I hope that you learned something interesting from my speech.